Hi everyone. Thanks for joining us. um, should we start now?
Yeah, I think so. Let's do it. I
Okay.
think your ping just went out.
Welcome to our second AMA. We will be picking up and answering any questions left from last time. So, last time we covered the mission, vision, future plans, and the VOD has also been shared in the announcements channel. So, if you'd like to go back to it, you can also do that. Um, Also, uh, we'll also be giving a quick overview with some highlights for the time being. If you could go ahead, Kristen.
Yeah, of course. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to our second AMA for Q4 to close out 2021. Before we get started, I wanted to just give a recap of, I know we have a lot of questions on our mission, vision, etc. So I'll just give a quick recap of that and then highlight a few things that we have accomplished this quarter. So for those of you who don't know yet, our mission is that we're here to make the metaverse accessible, and our vision is that we're going to be the #1 platform for communities to be discovered, empower them, and accelerate their growth. We did a lot this past quarter. I think it was really transformational for Top GG. Our focus was building a strong foundation, and we've really doubled down on that by looking at shipping core improvements to our site. In terms of our core product flows, smashing a lot of bugs and investing in our tech foundation. I do know that we still have a long way to go, but we've done a lot with our pretty small but mighty team. First off, our team grew from 4 people when I joined at the end of June to 11 people now. So we've more than doubled in team size. And a couple highlights of what we accomplished together in Q4 was launching the big site redesign that was launched last day of Q3, and we spent a lot of time making improvements to that as well. So thank you everyone who filled out our survey and gave us feedback. We also shipped localization, adding 4 new languages in addition to English, which include German, French, Hindi, and Turkish. Huge shout out to everyone helping and leading our translations efforts, from all our translators to our volunteer staff as well. We also shipped the ad server flow to make adding your server much easier to Top GG and improve search as well. This week we had a couple of big launches. We've implemented our safety filter to block mature content so that if users want to see it, they can turn it on, but we're not going to show that by default. And we've also expanded auctions for all. So now instead of waiting a week to access auctions, you'll have automatic approval. We know that one of the top complaints has been Teams, and it was super broken, and there were a lot of problems, over the past year. And so we wanted to completely revamp it and shipped it this week. There's some more details and announcements if you're curious. And yeah, we've done a lot of work into our tech foundation. So hopefully next year we can move even faster. I know EAR will cover some of this in a little bit, but we've really invested in improving transparency and communication amongst all our volunteer staff and the community. We've set up some new operations from support, migrating from Zendesk to Freshdesk. Also have been working a lot on making sure we give you updates in the server and across social media. We love hearing your feedback, so we launched feedback.top.gg so that we can collect ideas directly from all of you, and launched our new logo too. So that, yeah, those are our highlights from this past quarter. I'll pass it back to you, Yara.
Thank you, Kristen. Sorry. So River wants to know, will there ever be some sort of promotion for recent bots for Top GG? It seems like sometimes large bots topple over new bots, and it's very difficult for new developers to gain audience. How does Top GG plan on supporting new developers and allowing them to be discovered?
Thanks, River, for this question. So right now, whenever new bots launch on Top GG, we always give them real estate in the new and trending section. So we have that built into the product today. But I think your question is something that I've actually worked on at a lot of other companies as well, right? Whenever I was at Twitch before, and Pinterest and SoundCloud, and right, whenever, a newer creator or a developer on its launches, sometimes it's hard and you could feel overshadowed by the larger bots. So one thing we've been working on that's not rolled out all the way yet, but I don't know if you've ever tried out our CPM options, cost per mil auction. So that way you don't have to, bid the highest to win that whole tag. You'll actually bid a set amount what you want to pay for impressions. So this not only offers up a lot more auction slots, but it also creates a lot more opportunity for people to participate. But this is something that we're actively going to be working on over the next year. And we've also, for different themes across our social media, are starting to do different bot developer highlights. So stay tuned for that next year.
Thank you. Super exciting. Yeah, we're trying to work on our socials as well. So, okay. So from Chewy, we have a question regarding analytics. So we used to have Datadog for analytics, especially for BotQ. Will we be having any alternatives to the analytics that Datadog provided?
So that is something that we're going to look into next year, but right now we just don't have that on the roadmap. We have a lot of internal tracking to really build it and fix, and so that would have to be completed first before we can think about making something like that public. I think we did give an announcement that we were slapped with a very outrageous bill for Datadog, so we unfortunately had to disable it. But I
Thank
will
you.
say that, going into the future, giving insights not only on BotQ, but more data and analytics for the products that you list on TopGG, that is something we do want to explore. But really will depend on our resourcing and growth.
Amazing. Okay. So last time we obviously already covered the future vision, and earlier when you were recapping, we also covered it again. But a lot of people are still really confused on what the metaverse really means. This term is coined often by a lot of different companies and groups of people. What does it mean when TopGG says that our goal is to index the metaverse? From Instellate, sorry if that's not your name. What is the metaverse to you, Kristen? And from Bun, what steps are needed to make indexing the metaverse happen?
Thank you, Installate and Bun. This is, I think, the metaverse is, it's a hard term, especially with, Facebook changing their name to Meta. And I feel like now it's become such a big buzzword after that happened. So I'll take a step back. And yes, there are so many interpretations of the metaverse, and I think so many companies use it in different ways. If you are curious just to learn about it, I could recommend checking out Matthew Ball's work on Twitter. I'll try to paste it in AMA questions when I have a chance after the AMA. But he has a really great metaverse primer if you're just curious to learn a bit more. The way I think of it is that so many things that we do in everyday life, communities, interactions, experiences are all moving online. And I really think of the metaverse as this vast place of, you know, where our experiences have moved online. And so, for example, Discord is sort of one space in the metaverse. Twitch could be another space. Roblox could be a space. Minecraft could be a space. Web3 and DAOs could be a another space. And I think a lot of people will need help navigating them, and new projects that emerge or existing projects that you all have created need to be discovered and grow. So that's the value I see TopGG providing. And I'll talk a little bit about Web3. I think sometimes a lot of people confuse decentralization with disorganization. And I think it's new, it's confusing. People need help to navigate it. And so I did want to take some time to share that as we go out to index the metaverse, two bets we're going to take next year are exploring DAO search and discovery. And for those of you who don't know, DAOs are decentralized autonomous organizations. They're sort of the equivalent of what a community or an LLC would be in the Web3 and blockchain space. And their main layer of communication is in fact Discord. And so we're going to work on indexing those, and then we're also going to start indexing Roblox games and explore that. And those two places are just the first steps in exploring many, many more. So if there are certain things you'd like to see, please add them to feedback.top.gg, and we love to take them into consideration. And to dive a bit deeper, what steps are needed to make indexing the metaverse happen. So we feel like we've done a great job with this being the discovery layer for Discord, but we do want to be the discovery layer for all of these different projects and start connecting them together. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, fantastic. I think you went you went very in detail. Okay, so from Anti Party, one of his questions are, have you guys considered working with Discord on a collaboration for future development?
Oh, thanks, Anti-Party. Really glad you asked this question. This is something that Mason and I have been talking about. He leads product at Discord for everything related to bots and API and developers. We've just both been very, very busy, but we chatted earlier this month, and this is something that we want to work on together next year. So I'm hoping that we can have him join us at some point for a talk or a panel, or figure out how to work more closely together. So yes, this is an active discussion.
Fantastic. Okay, so we shared a little bit about our upcoming future vision last time regarding to DAOs and Roblox, but Ginger Fox is really curious. What's the forecasted mission in 3 or 5 years? What do you see for Top GG in the faraway future?
Great question. So in 3 to 5 years, I think, we do want to expand to more places in the metaverse and almost be that default place, or in a sense the front page of the metaverse or the discovery layer of the metaverse. But to get there, it's not just about indexing these other spaces. I think there's a lot of core product and feature enhancements that need to be made based on where we are today. So there'll be some small steps next year, such as improving the ad bot flow, continuing to invest in the search experience. I think in addition to that, we are missing a lot of the basics of search. I think in the last AMA, we do want to have better fuzzy search, recommendations, personalization, etc. And another area we want to lean into is more visual and immersive search. So think being able to feature clips of your bot or server, or having a community trailer, or more visual context, and leaning into contextual search. So, and I do think another, none of this is kind of set in stone, but another need that I've seen been expressed in a lot of our research is that there's something special about connecting communities and creators and creating more opportunities for collaboration, or matching people to work. If someone's looking for a bot developer, how can we surface these opportunities to, or make matches there? So that's not set in stone, but just something that's come up as well. And then also wanted to follow up on that question regarding kind of more insights, not just about Q, but in general. I do think that we were really well positioned to be able to provide, insights about your specific projects, but also in the context of insights and trends across communities, etc. So yeah, those are just yeah, some ideas there, but I think they're all rooted really in evolving from being just the discovery layer for Discord, or making Discord more accessible, into making the metaverse and Web3 more accessible, and being the discovery layer there.
Amazing. That's a lot of ideas for the next 3 or 5 years. Okay. So from Ginger Fox last time, I think we already asked this question, but they they didn't fully explain it. So, what's the biggest struggle in automation captures when it comes to the influx of new bots and vetting the bots to make sure that they are up to the team standards?
So I think I'll let Eric go into the details of this question, but from a high level, I think I mentioned that we do want to look into redoing the ad bot flow. And if you scroll all the way back up in announcements, we put a survey out to learn about how we can improve it for you. If you've seen our ad server flow, we want to make it much easier to understand. And I think right now, at least from a high level, I see that a lot of new folks submitting bots our guidelines are not super clear. So I think if we can make our kind of rules and guidelines and best practices really clear, this will help us, make sure that it's a lot easier to approve bots. But I'll let Yara go into the details.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of like one of the biggest struggles of being like a bot reviewer or reviewing bots in general is just bots being like offline, which is a really small thing and not something we can inherently fix or anything. But I do think we could better communicate to our users on your bot has to be online, or something like that within our site. There's a lot of stuff that we can do. In our site to basically improve the user experience and make sure people fully understand our guidelines. I think Kristen already mentioned. So yeah, there's a lot that needs to be worked on in the ad bot flow, I think. Okay, so Alec wants to know, will the team make a new Top GG mode that uses a bit less JavaScript and just a little bit less bloat and more of a simple design for those with bad devices?
So really appreciate this question. I think this is something really important for, not just Top GG, but anyone building applications or sites to consider. I think this is something we will look into once we, resolve a lot of our tech debt. Right now, or I hope some of our tech debt will resolve this as well. So right now, our CTO isn't here, but this is something that we are going to take a look at for the next year. If this isn't in feedback.top.gg already, please be sure to add it there as well.
Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, I do think that's something that we can look into if it's in the feedback. I do think one of our team members, Cassie, also showed interest in this. Okay. So, um, M- Mick Mickleth, sorry, Mickleth wants to know, is TopGG open source, and if not, will it ever be?
I do know that some things we work on are open source, like
Yeah,
Watcher,
yeah.
um, for example, but I'm not sure about the rest of Top GG. I think that would be a decision that David, our CTO, would take. So I can't provide a clear answer on that right now, but maybe Iara knows a bit more.
Yeah, some parts of TopGG is open source, not all of it. I do believe that there's no like specific plans of making TopGG open source for now, but it's always something we can further explore. Okay, so from Big Bun, when will the contributor form be released? So I feel like I should probably respond to this one, but the contributor form will most likely be releasing next week or the week after that. We've been trying to make sure like the contributor projects are stable and stuff before we release it, mostly because we just want to make sure that internally we're able to support all of these people who do want to contribute and stuff. We are super super excited for the contributor team to grow though, so stay tuned.
Yes, and I
Um,
think also we posted, if anyone here is interested in becoming a a bot reviewer, I know that either ER or Marco had posted the applications are open in the
yeah,
past.
yeah.
And yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so now we're gonna proceed to more fun questions. So Code 913 asks, thoughts on anime?
Oh my gosh. I think, okay, I know this comes up every AMA, but all of you know I'm a weeb already, so I think this is a known fact, but I know, I mean I do like anime. I like manga. Yeah, I am a fan. I haven't had a lot of time to watch it recently though, unfortunately, but if you have any good recommendations, drop them in general and I'll check them out if you have a favorite anime since we have a little more time over the holidays, but I got to finish The Witcher first on Netflix. I know that's not anime, but I got to finish that. Then I will watch some anime. ER, you can
Okay.
answer this one too. I don't
Oh.
have to be the only one answering.
Oh, I don't really like anime that much. I prefer manga. But my favorite anime is or manga. I like the manga more. But the is Orange. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I can share I guess my first one that I read when I was younger, I really like this is old, like Inuyasha and Ranma. They're super old, but and then yeah, I think I watched almost all of Bleach too, Attack on Titan, Death Note. Yeah, there's a lot. Okay, enough about anime. Next question. I'll check out your recommend. Let me go in general and look at the recommendations.
So, Code 913 also wanted to know, will we ever get merch? And from Thunder, will we ever get Top GG plushies?
Okay, so this is actually something that Yara and I are gonna explore next year and see what we can do. We were just talking about it in our meeting together yesterday. So if you want merch, let us know some ideas. I guess we can use Nolt, if that's okay, or sorry, feedback.top.gg, we can kind of combine them together. So if there's specific things that helps us, I mean, yeah, really when you have ideas, of course, like we try to monitor Discord, but if you can put them in feedback.top.gg, it's really helpful for us to kind of see it in one place. And the cool thing is if you like someone else's idea, you can also vote for it. So we can see which ones are popular. But this is something that we're going to look into for next year. And yes, I want a Top GG plushie too. So we're gonna try to make it happen, but no promises on when yet.
We have some interesting ideas in general.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, big bun miss in general.
Okay. Okay. Mickleth wants to know what's your favorite food, and to add on this, Noxo asks if you like pasta.
Okay. Oh my gosh, my favorite food. This is a hard question. I think all of you know yeah, it's probably if I had to pick a type of cuisine, Japanese food, and sushi. But another kind of other favorite food, my dad's actually born and raised in Jamaica, so and I grew up with my grandparents who are from there, and I love oxtail stew and rice and peas and fried plantains. So if you ever have a chance to try Jamaican food, that is my favorite, along with Jamaican patties. Here, you should answer these two.
Oh,
'Cause why
okay.
not?
I don't love pasta. I like the only one I'm okay with is carbonara. Other like forms of pasta I hate. Sorry. I'm really sorry if I'm offending anyone. But my favorite food is like fried chicken, specifically Korean fried chicken. I really like Korean food.
Oh,
Um,
I forgot to add, I didn't answer the pasta question. I do love pasta. I haven't had as much time since started Top GD, but I used to cook a lot and I would make a lot of homemade pasta also. It's actually not as hard as you think to make it. So if you have some time and you're feeling ambitious, I highly recommend. I've made it by hand and with a pasta roller of some sort. It's a lot easier with a pasta roller, but you can totally do it by hand. It's just it's a good workout. I will say that.
from Big Bun, what's the best pizza topping?
Oh my gosh. Best pizza topping? Oh my gosh, this is really hard. I have made a lot of pizza too. That is also very easy to make. You could just make the dough in batches. Okay, this is controversial. Okay, well, I don't know if this is the best, but if you're trying to ask, I do like pineapple on pizza. I like Hawaiian pizza. I'm sorry. I know this is
Starting war right now.
controversial. I know I'm starting war. I'm starting war. Okay, Heather says cheese. Yes, cheese is essential, I think, for pizza topping. Oh my, I don't know about the best. I like so many different types of pizza. But I know, okay, good. Ollie likes pineapple on pizza too. I know, starting war in general. I'm sorry, everyone.
My favorite pizza topping is really really simple, but I really like pepperoni. um, okay. Legacy asks, "What is your favorite bot?"
Oh my gosh.
A
I
lot of
mean,
a lot of controversial questions here.
I know, I know. I mean, okay, I have a couple. I mean, I love Yara's bot, Mimu. It's so cute. I want Mimu merch also. It's too cute. I also like, here, these are some that I've like recommended because a lot of people ask recommendations. One of our staff developed Sticky Bot, right? Yara, I forget their username.
I
And I
think
don't
I
want to
think
say their real name. Yeah.
their username is Pug.
Okay, Pog. Yes. Okay. I know everyone changes their names and I get confused, but Sticky Bot I think is a really good one that I've recommended to a lot of people. And then for those interested in Web3, there's been some very cool ones coming out, like Medusa, built by Guild XYZ, that allows you to gate certain channels in a Discord server based on if you own tokens. There's also this is more if you like trade crypto or buy NFTs of any sort. We met someone on Twitter. I forget his exact name, but he built a bot called I think his name. No, I'm not. I'm not going to guess because I know I'm going to get it wrong. He built a bot called Gas Notifier Bot, which is pretty cool. Yeah, there are a lot out there. There's also a silly one. This is more if you're in Web3 space called GM Bot that's made by Layer XYZ, but it's kind of fun. Like a lot of the DAOs will have a Discord channel where people just say GM to each other and it has a little leaderboard. And I know I won't reveal the results yet, but we had a lot of fun judging the bots that were submitted for the Chili hackathon. So I'm not going to reveal that, but you'll soon see our favorite bots there. So that was actually our first hackathon. I would yeah, we plan to do more of that in the future and would be so excited to see more people participating. And oh, I have to shout out Veldspot too, Mickey. Yeah, hope that answers your questions. Yeah, I like a lot of bots. It's hard to pick a favorite.
Yeah, my answer would be rigged, so we're gonna go go to the next question. Will there ever be a bot of the day section? Connor Merck asks.
Oh, thanks for asking this, Connor. So this is something that I think is related to, our future vision. One area, we want to fix a lot of the core of the site, but I'm hoping that we can lean more into, curation or insights or, feature different projects of the day or of the week or of the month, etc. So that's something we want to explore in the future. Right now we don't really have the capacity to curate something like that at the moment, so we're getting started with different bot developer highlights and trying to share more stories behind creators and developers of bots, or also servers as well. So we have a lot planned for next year on that front, so stay tuned.
Yeah. Okay. So Marco has a very specific and personal question. When handwriting a semicolon symbol, do you write the dot or the comma first?
Okay, wait, I have to write it to hold on. Okay,
Okay,
I write the
no one
dot
asked.
first. I write
Yeah,
the
I write
dot
the dot
first.
as well.
Yeah. Who writes the
I feel
comma?
like
I have some questions for you.
I feel like you have to write from top to bottom. It make no sense.
I'm looking at general. I know. Who is writing comma verse? I'm very curious.
Okay. Code 913 wants to know, how was life before Top GG existed?
Well, I can talk about that before I joined Top GG, because Top GG existed before I joined. I don't know if that's a question for Ollie. Let us know, and we can bring him up. But I can answer from my perspective first, and you let us know in general. So for me, yeah, I can share a little bit just about my background. Right before Top GG, I was working at SoundCloud. Most of my background is in product management and data analytics, and so I've worked on a lot of different creator and community, a lot of creator and community companies, and content ecosystems. So in tech, I started out at LinkedIn, then I was at Twitch, then I was at Pinterest, and then I was at SoundCloud most recently before Top GG. But life before I joined Top GG, it was, yeah, while I was at SoundCloud, I started right when the pandemic began. So it was my first 100% remote job. I had to start completely remote. It was really hard. I was in the Bay Area. I was actually supposed to move to Berlin, but decided that wasn't really a good idea with the pandemic. SoundCloud's headquarters there, and my whole team that I was managing was in Berlin. And so in the beginning, I got up at, oh my gosh, I think I would start my day at 4 or 4:30 a.m. And then eventually, once I onboarded, it moved to 6 a.m. So it was rough, but it was fun. I was definitely more focused on kind of music industry and creators there. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun coming to Top GG, though. It's been the smallest company I've ever worked for. SoundCloud before prior to Top GG was about I want to say 300 to 400 people. The other companies I've worked for are huge. So it's been a lot of fun. I have really enjoyed working at a startup in this early growth stage. And yeah, and I actually got to I think maybe my first or second week, I actually got to meet Ollie in person, which was really nice, and hear the story of how he created Top GG. So I'm going to pass it to you, Ollie, because I think you are really the best person to answer this question. How was life before Top GG existed? Or if you want to share the story a bit with everyone here.
What was the exact question again?
What was life? Or yeah, sorry, Yara, go
How
ahead.
was life before Top GG existed?
How was my life before Top GG existed?
Yeah.
This is kind of a random question. My life before Top GG existed, I was actually just creating Discord bots. If you guys know Groovy, I'm sure you might know Groovy. It's a very small music bot. Actually, Nick, the person who made it, we've been friends for such a long time. We were on Skype playing games together before Discord existed. And then we both got on Discord. We were kind of, in our own server doing our own stuff, and then we started messing around with like music bots, and we both like had our own music bots and stuff like this. And his music bot, he was like really going for it and really kind of, it used to be called Marv. I'm not sure if any of you actually know that, but it used to be called Marv before he changed the name to Groovy. And he went with that, and my music bot was called Steve. It was a picture of Steve Harvey, because I was just did it as a complete joke for this server, like, hey Ollie, can you make us a music bot? And I was like, sure, that sounds fun. Um, so before that, um, well, after that, I guess, that's when I started building Top GG. I was like, I actually got Discord. It used to be, I don't even know what the URL is anymore, but it used to be bots.discord.pw or something. That small bot list was actually the biggest bot list at the time, and I went in there and asked for help, and I think I pinged one of the mods, and they got annoyed that I pinged one of them, so I got banned. So after I got banned, I was like, okay, screw this, I'm going to make my own bot list. So that's how discordbots.org was built, and then you know the story from there on. And then eventually Steve died, and I let Nick, the creator of Groovy, just host an instance of Groovy on Steve, so the people who were loyal to the Steve Harvey bot could still use Steve while it was actually just running Groovy code under the hood.
Okay, thank you, Ollie.
No worries.
Thanks, Ollie.
So some people in our community want to know how they could get more involved in providing stories or sharing more about their bots for potential features or bot developer highlights next year. Armful asked something related to this, I think.
Yeah, thanks, Armful. So one example is sometimes we'll put out kind of a ask. I think you may have remembered when I went on a podcast and I was asking for some stories about bots that improve mental, physical, or emotional health, and we were able to collect some really great stories from the community and got them featured in the podcast, and then also put out some features on our Twitter. So keep an eye out when we have certain themes, we'll post in announcements, and you can respond there. Otherwise, if we have a certain topic, we'll reach out. So yeah, just stay tuned. When we're able to do so, we'll post in announcements. But sometimes we'll have a certain theme in mind.
Okay, we're going into some more fun questions again. So, what battery percentage do you go to before you put your phone on the charger?
Oh my gosh, Derby, I mean, it depends. I think I'm so paranoid about my phone running out of battery, especially if I'm traveling, or in other countries. It's like, what am I going to do without my phone? So I always have like a portable charger with me. I'll put it on at like 50%, but I mean, sometimes I just don't have one, so it goes to like 20, but I try not to let it get red. I don't know if that's best practice for the battery health, so don't ask me about that, but it depends. I am paranoid about my phone running out of battery.
Okay, so Fellington wants to Fellington wants to ask, is it stressful working on Top GG? Are you able to catch breaks? How do you balance your work and your life?
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get real. So I think I think with any startup, in a really early stage or with a really small team, I'll say I was definitely way more stressed out when it was me and, three other people versus now me and 10 other people. But I think it's stressful. Working, I think, at any startup is stressful. I think also, many of you know it's my first time being a CEO. It's stressful. And I think, like, for me, a lot of that stress comes from, I want to make sure that we're, building great products, for the community. We're fixing a lot of problems. I know that there's many bugs, site issues, etc. I want to, fix them. We also want to innovate, take the company into the future. And I think a lot of it too is, I care really deeply about our volunteer staff and our team. And so I want to make sure that I'm doing my best to set them up for success, etc. So I think a lot of the stress, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just I I care a lot. So I try to do my best. In terms of catching breaks, it depends. I think a lot of it is just, this is kind of like life advice that I think hopefully applies to anyone. But I think for me, it sounds so boring, but having a routine is truly what helps me have a good foundation, and getting enough sleep. Like, if I feel like if you don't get enough sleep, like, that's an easy recipe to ruin your day. It's something that I'm working on. And so just having a routine, making sure that I take time, for my own, mental, physical, emotional health is super important. And I think Yara and I were just talking about this the other day, but right, if you can't take care of yourself, how can you really take care of anyone else? So I think that's been, a really big lesson for me. And a lot of it is about, right, there's only 24 hours in a day. There's only 7 days a week. Like, time is the most precious resource. You can't create more time. So a lot of it is just prioritization. I know this is sort of related to the question, but I'm just going to say it. So one thing that early in my career, would get so stressed out, and just be like, I can't do everything. And I'd want to get my whole to-do list done. And one of my first managers told me, he was like, hey, Kristin, there are two things. Like, imagine, you're holding a full glass of water and you have your arm out. Like, and if you hold it, for the first few minutes, it's easy, but imagine holding that for hours, right? Like, you have to give yourself a break to relax and recharge. And then the second thing was, if you think about all the things you have going on, in your life and with work, etc., think some of them are going to be, think of them as balls. Like, some of them are going to be glass balls, some of them are going to be rubber balls. What can you drop and what's going to bounce and be okay? There's things like your health that, once you lose that to a certain point, like, it's really hard to get back. So I hope that that helps. I will say I struggle. I definitely am a workaholic. So I do have to work on catching breaks and setting a better example for the team there. So thanks for the question, Fellington.
Thank you for sharing your advice on how to balance your work and your life. So Hope wants to know, would you consider Top GG still being based on the Netherlands? If not, then which country would it be based off of?
Oh, thank you, Hope. So right now we're based in the Netherlands. I think this is actually something we're actively exploring, since we have a lot of employees all over the world, and I think right now most of our employees, if I had to count, are in the US. So that's what we're trying to figure out now. I'm not a tax or legal expert, so I don't know what's best. So I got to talk to some lawyers about all of that. But yeah, I will say our parent company, Verex, and our sister company, Metal, I believe they're based in the US and in the Netherlands. So we're looking at them for a lot of advice on how to navigate that.
Fantastic. Okay. So previously we had a domain called bottom.gg that valid bot, which redirected to top.gg. Will top.gg ever buy bottom.gg again?
Oh my gosh. I didn't know this. So I'm just finding out about this. Thanks, Big Pun. I don't know. I will. Oh my gosh, you're giving me a good laugh today. I mean, I'm not. I don't know. Never say never, right? This was not on my radar though, so I don't have a great answer for that. Maybe for April Fools or something like that.
Okay. Is it pronounced GIF or GIF? From Armful.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, for like
I
the
see
file type.
that now. I feel like I don't know how to say it anymore now that I have to think about it. I think I say GIF. I say GIF. When I say GIF, I think of like Jiffy peanut butter. I don't know if that's a US thing, or like Jiffy Lube. I don't know. That's like I think they like changed the oil for your car. I don't know, or work on your car. I don't know if I'm starting war in general again on the right pronunciation, but yeah, I use the G. Does anyone say it with a J?
GIF is good.
I know.
GIF is good.
Who says it with J?
Some people, because the actual creator of the GIF file extension says that it's supposed to be pronounced GIF, but everyone says GIF, and he's really salty about it. It's this big thing.
Oh
but
my gosh.
Yeah,
Oh my
whatever you
gosh.
want.
Derpy, you're judging me?
I
Don't
literally
judge
say
me,
it like
Derpy.
Okay. I all our questions so far.
Yeah, are there any? I know you can ask silly. I know I think our first AMA we had like all serious questions, or sorry, the first one of this quarter, but I remember when I first joined Top GG and we did two of them, we had some fun ones. So really, yeah, ask away. I'm trying to
Yeah, so
yeah,
someone
if there's
wants
any other
to
topics, yeah.
ask Ollie how tall was the tallest person in the world?
How tall is the tallest person in the world? I don't.
Oh, I don't know.
Probably
Don't
like
ask me.
8'7". I don't know in centimeters.
Wait, that's an actual thing. Wait, let me Google it.
Oh, I don't know. Did someone ask that? Can
Okay.
you name two
Yeah,
countries that start with a K?
Kenya and
Yes.
I don't know.
Korea.
No, Korea isn't one because you only have North and South Korea.
Oh, what? Oh my gosh.
It's
What?
it's
That
kind
should
of in
count.
Asia.
Kazakhstan?
Yes, correct.
That's so difficult.
I guess I just refer to it as Korea.
Yeah, I know,
Oh
but
my
the actual
gosh.
country names there's
Yes, no, no,
no
no, no, you're
Korea.
totally right. I know.
Yeah.
There was someone that was actually 8 feet. That's so tall.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
8 feet 11 inches. That's almost 9 feet.
My God.
Okay. I learned something new
Mhm.
every AMA. So from Marco, what has been your favorite memory or moment at Top GG until now? I think both Ollie and Kristen can answer this.
Oh, I love this question, Marco. I guess for me, I've only been here since the end of June, but I think one of the most fun moments I had was I think we played Gardic Phone with it was a bunch of the team members and volunteer staff, and we had some really fun drawings like Top GG going to Japan or just like the silliest things. That was just like a really fun. I know the Gardic Phone game. That was a really fun memory slash moment, I think. I never, yeah, I remember joining, like, I was actually, honestly, I was so nervous to meet the team. When I interviewed, I only met, Veld and then Pim, who's the CEO of Metal, and like some folks on the Metal side. So I was so nervous to meet the team. And then I was even more nervous to meet the volunteer staff and do my first AMA with the community too. So, yeah.
Ollie?
Well, it's been so long, but I think one of the ones that spring to mind is we did an April Fool's one year, and I can't find any major pictures, which makes me so sad. But if you guys are familiar with Amazon buttons, Amazon used to have these buttons, right,
Oh my
where you
god, I
can,
remember. It's the vert.
yeah.
Sorry.
So
That was
what
so
we did
funny.
was we had this amazing like fake product launch, and it was like for these vote buttons where it's like you can now order a physical button for your favorite bot and you can press it every day to vote for your bot. And we released this amazing like website with these amazing animations and these renders, and then we made a button say buy now, and then I purposefully added like a 5 second loading animation, and then after 5 seconds it would say this product is not available in your country but for everyone. And people were getting really, really annoyed by it. And I didn't, and people were kind of thinking it was April Fool's and not, because we did it like a day early, just
That's
because
so
time
funny.
zones. And we never like truly were like, oh yeah, it's a prank. But we let it run for a good 48 hours before we were like, we faked a recall or something. But yeah, so that was really fun.
It's so
Oh my, I
funny.
don't know how we're gonna top that, Ollie. I just don't know.
Yeah, it was pretty
I
epic.
don't think it's possible.
This is
Yeah,
so
there's some
some planned
screenshots of it in
prank.
general. That's
Oh wait,
funny.
okay, I'm gonna go
This
see
is an
it.
announcement. I don't know if there's the graphics, but we had these amazing 3D renders of like the vote buttons with like Dank Mima and Groovy and like all these other bots. It was it was hilarious.
It's so funny. Okay. Do you put peanut butter or jelly first in a peanut butter jelly sandwich? Asks Armful.
Oh, I haven't made one for okay. Oh wow, I don't know if this is gonna start word general. Okay, but well, when I make it, I don't want to spread the two things on top of each other. So imagine like I have my two pieces of bread out. I put peanut butter on like one of the breads and then I put jelly on the other one. Then I put them together. So I put jelly. Yeah, I put them separately. Then I put the breads together because I don't want to mix them, But yeah, I can't. I don't want to put one on top of the other. But if I had to, let's say I had no choice, I think the peanut butter has to go first. Then you would put the jelly on top because I just don't see how it would work the other way around. But I know I'm
feel
watching
like
General.
if
I don't
you
know how
put the jelly
controversial this is.
first, and then you put the peanut
Yeah.
butter on top, it won't stick.
Yes, exactly. Derpy. Whoa. I know. How are you making your sandwiches derpy? I want to know. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Did you ever think that you would become the CEO of Top GG from Bellington?
Oh, let me see. No, I mean, honestly, no. I have been asked this in group panels, things like that, and no, I really like. I guess I'll take you all the way back to when I started working in tech. I kind of just like LinkedIn was my first job in tech. I just wanted to move out of finance, did not know what I was doing, had to figure out everything on the go. And then I guess like then my next thing was figuring out what I wanted to do in tech. And then I thought about doing product management. I always I thought, maybe I would start my own company. I'm not sure. Who knows one day, but I think, and then I just really fell in love with product management. And honestly, when I got the call from Pim about being the CEO of Top GG, I was like shocked. I first was like, I don't know, like I'm not sure, and then I was like, you know what? Let me check it out. I guess a lot of people describe product management as a great kind of way to get experience if you do want to be a CEO in the future. You're almost like a mini CEO of your own product or space at the larger companies. But no, I never thought until they reached out. So it was like, I think it's been a really wonderful and incredible opportunity so far. I still remember when I was getting boba with Ollie in the Bay Area, and it was just like so exciting to talk to the original founder of Top GG, and I just hope I can and I am doing justice to what he created. So yeah, no, it was it's been a lot of fun so far. It's been a big challenge and learning experience, but you can be a CEO without starting your own company, and that happens a lot. It just really wasn't on my mind when I thought about my career. I was mostly thinking about doing more senior product management roles and things like that.
Fantastic. Okay. Kyosho wonders, do you put the milk in first or the cereal first?
Oh my gosh, this was a very controversial topic at the previous AMA. I put cereal then milk because how will I know how much milk to put? Okay, if you're putting milk first, I need to know why.
I'm putting it first because I'll pour myself multiple sets of cereal. Like I'll pour myself a bit of cereal with like a set amount of milk, and then I'll let it absorb and get like a little bit moist, and then I'll add more cereal with the milk and pour milk one time.
That is good if you want your cereal more crunchy, right? You don't want it to get soggy.
It's just it's just my way of doing it. My father looks at me like I'm some sort of crazy person.
Everyone is calling you crazy in general.
Haters gonna hate, man, but good looks.
Okay, so on average, how many? These questions are so silly. How many tries does it normally take you to plug in a USB cable? Also, a question from Armfall.
I mean, I think I usually, for the most, I mean, it's a 50-50 chance, right? I usually get it. Yeah, it's like first or second try. I don't know. I feel like I need to try doing it right now to see. Oh wow, Ollie, everyone wants to. Sorry, I'm spying on the next questions. Everyone wants to test Ollie's trivia knowledge.
Yeah, let's go. As long as it's geography. If it's anything else, I might need to pass.
Okay, so question for Ollie. What's the tallest building in the world and how tall is it?
It is the Burj Khalifa, and I have no clue how tall it is.
How do you know this?
I know, I'm really impressed.
It's 828 meters, but it's 830 meters to the tip. Do you have another question for me?
I feel next time we just gotta go on podium and play a trivia game. Is that? I mean, we can do that instead of
Yes.
in the AMAs if you want. We'll just do like board game night or something.
Yeah, like advanced trivia with like leagues.
Yeah. We'll just go into voice. Hey, we could do that. I mean, hey, I will say, we do want to do a lot of events next year, and I think you saw the announcement. Yeah, big congrats again to Mac and also Saya for being our new CMs. Mac is going to be focusing on events, so if you have fun ideas for events or things you want to see, let him know.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. We have another question for Ollie. Ollie, how small was the smallest person in the world?
I don't know this one. I mean, it's not geography. I'd imagine it's like,
Like, it would be smaller than a baby then.
yeah, I mean, there's some like adults who like don't grow past like the fetal stage, I'm pretty sure. So it'd be like as small as a baby, but just like the oldest baby on the planet, I guess would be the answer. Smallest.
I know we need to Google this. I'm
Smallest
not even going to try to
human
answer.
in the
I'm not good
world.
at this stuff. Oh, we should play Wits and
Shangrab Dangi. I slaughtered that name. He's from Nepal. He's a farmer and a craftsman. He is 1 foot and half an inch, 54.6 centimeters for my metric friends.
Oh my god, how do they farm?
Oh, he died in 2015. Rest in peace.
That's so sad.
Um, he lived from 1939 to 2015. So it's
Seems like his height didn't control his life. Okay.
Go
I'm sorry.
King.
I'm
Go
sorry.
King.
And another. Oh wait. I think that's all.
I'm trying to see. Yeah, I'm looking
Another
in.
question from Ollie from start to takeoff. How do you fly a plane?
Okay, so it starts
Can you?
by turning on the battery. If you're connected to external power, you'll want to turn that on as well. Then you're going to go ahead and request IFR clearance from the ground control. But actually, you know what? It's a long thing. Why don't we just ask some more geography questions to you guys? Like, can you name a country that begins with an O? Come on. Do you need a hint? Middle East?
Oman.
Yes,
Am I pronouncing it
correct.
Oh
right?
my
Oman,
gosh.
yeah, Oman's good.
Okay. I knew that. I actually know that one.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, what about Y? Similar area.
Oh my.
Yemen.
Wait, well, what did you say, Ira?
Yemen.
Yeah, sorry,
Oh
Yemen.
yeah.
Yeah, Yemen.
Oh, sorry. I can't pronounce stuff.
It's okay. I probably do it wrong, but everyone
I don't
Americans
know.
call it Yemen. Yeah.
I don't know. Armful wanted to know if you could just invent one thing. What would it be?
Wait, was that for me?
Disinvent?
Or
I guess
both?
both of us. I need to think about this one.
I could disinvent one thing. Um, yeah, I need to think.
I feel like each
Yes.
thing that's ever been created has like a target audience, whether if it's me or not me. So it wouldn't feel really right to just disinvent something unless it was causing me a lot of trouble.
Okay, what about if we disinvent dinosaurs, then we don't have crude oil, then we don't pollute the world, and maybe we just never evolve as a civilization, so then we wouldn't even be here at all.
It's so dark.
I mean, it wasn't supposed to be dark. It was supposed to be more like, oh yeah, we'll use renewable energy. But realistically, if we didn't have crude oil, I don't think we would have gotten to the point where we are today. So yeah, tough.
I know. I have to say, Chewy, why are you like? If Top GG is the one thing you hate most in the world, why are you here? But I think you're just trolling me. You're asking like the. I know Chewy's also asking, what's the one thing about this world you hate most with your heart and soul? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Oh my, yeah, I don't know what I would disinvent. I gotta think. I'm sorry. Remind me in a quarter when we do the next AMA.
Okay, we have two questions for Ollie. What is Norway most known for? And what is one personal grudge you hold and will keep with you until
Oh
the
my
day you
gosh,
die?
Turkey.
Okay, Norway is known for its extreme dating culture. That's what I'm going for. It's probably not. If you just Google Norway dating culture, then you'll be informed about what I'm talking about. But
I'm
basically, instead of
Googling
going on a
this.
first date, they just get blackout drunk, go home together, and then the next morning, if they're still there, then they end up going out for like a normal date the next day. But someone at Metal Aurora, she actually testifies to this Norway dating system.
Oh
So
wow.
it's pretty funny if you want to Google it. There's a good illustration of how it works. But one thing I hold a grudge against is if you are familiar with Britain, a very small, irrelevant island, they use this thing. So it's like, oh, get your vaccine, do this, do that. In the UK, they use the word jab. You should get your jab. It's a verb, and yet they're using it as a noun, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Why? Jab is literally a verb, and they're using it as a noun everywhere. Like, and just in Britain, it annoys me so much. I hate it. That's my pet peeve right now. That's the one that comes to mind at least.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. What do you like best about Discord in general?
Oh,
Daydreamer asks. Yeah. Or Daydream. I
daydreamer.
don't know.
Oh, I
Uh,
mean, I think it's great. I learned about Discord actually almost. I was like interviewing with them when I was thinking about leaving Twitch, but then I ended up going to Pinterest. I they were much smaller back then, but I went to their office and got coffee with their. I think he still had a product. I forget. But no, Discord is great. I think it initially when I first learned about it, it was Twitch streamers to have a place for their community to be while they weren't, actively streaming and connect people, etc. But I think stepping beyond that, it's fun. Like I've used it with friends mostly in my personal life, like for playing games, but I also think just there's no better kind of community tool to bring people together around different interests, whether it's, gaming or top GG, or I mean, I'm learning about servers for so many different topics like beauty or fitness, etc. I think, yeah, it's really great. And I think the customizations it has and the ability to create custom roles, etc., is like pretty cool. So yeah, that is my answer.
Ollie, what is your favorite thing about Discord?
My favorite thing about Discord, uh, I I honestly, it's a hard thing to say because I think, the fact that everyone's coming here now and that it's just a place where like you have like all your friends, but it's very closed off in a way. It's not like, oh, you're on Facebook or some boomer social network where it's like, oh, everything's connected. With Discord, you kind of have, different communities, and now you even have like different server profiles, so you can basically be a different person or be more yourself with your close friends or be more professional in a bigger community. And I definitely like how closed off it is compared to like other platforms where it's all just one big circulating thing.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. So John, J- John something wants to ask, what's the most awkward experience you've had in a store?
What? uh
I have an answer to this one.
okay, Ollie, you go. I need to
Uh,
think.
when I was about 6 years old, this has stayed with me today. It's one of my like when you just sometimes you get in your head and you just think about like your most awkward moments and you just replay them in your head. This is a big one for me. So when I was like 6 years old, I thought I was being helpful. We're in the supermarket and I was gonna bring our we in the UK we call them trolleys, but I'll call them carts for the Americans. So I was trying to bring our cart to my family to be helpful, but I took someone else's cart that wasn't ours. And I got really, really embarrassed because like I took it halfway across the store and it just wasn't ours at all. Like it was just some random person's who I just stole, and like I had to give it back. So that was the most awkward thing.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought of one. I used to go shopping with my mom and I would hide in the clothing racks. Like, I don't know, there would be these circular clothing racks and like hide in them as a kid. And then I think like I thought I was gonna scare her, and then I like popped out and it was some other lady. So that was really embarrassing. But yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What does working with TopGG differ from other companies you've worked with?
Oh yeah, I can answer this. I've worked at a couple. I think especially when you go to, I mean, there's differences, right? If a company is very large versus a startup, it's just a really different experience based on the nature of its size. I think for me, like I've worked at a lot. Yeah, let's see. We'll go with like LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitch, SoundCloud, now TopGG. Each company really has its own kind of company culture and way they do things. Maybe I can speak to this a little bit more in terms of product management too. But I think if you're looking at a company, you want to kind of see what function of that company has a seat at the table, or like who's leading, like what kind of background does a CEO have or the leadership team have. That's going to differ things. I think at a big company like when I was at LinkedIn, they were so big. It was like maybe 10,000 people when I joined. Like they had so many training programs, onboarding. You wouldn't know everyone at the company. They had a ton of resources, big offices, etc. And the vibe at LinkedIn, it's more like a B2B-ish type company. So and because of the nature of what they work on, it's a bit more of like professional, like career vibe. When I went to Twitch, this was totally different, right? Twitch, super focused on gaming. I know it's expanded beyond that, but Twitch was like way more chill. Like we'd have happy hours together. People would party more. Really, really different. But it's because of kind of the DNA of like, how the founders built it up. And Twitch also like in terms of the work itself, a lot of the culture is actually from Amazon because Amazon bought Twitch. I forget how many years ago now. I've lost track, and so I think that's something to take a look at. I guess I don't know if this question is coming from like if you're thinking about where you want to work. Talk to people who work at the company, talk to people who joined, talk to people who left. Like look at their company values. Like especially at bigger companies, if you're joining a team, like your specific team or organization is going to have a different vibe versus other ones in the company. So I guess yeah, it's SoundCloud. Like I was leading the creator to fan org, and so I was able to like kind of define our own culture in the context of SoundCloud. But that was really different than other orgs. But yeah, I guess TopGG it's the first true startup I've worked for. So I think a lot of things that I was used to kind of having at bigger companies, right? Like, oh, there's a giant team that does this or a giant team that does that didn't exist anymore. Pinterest had like super fancy, amazing custom analytics tools, and I realized like so did LinkedIn, but at like Twitch and SoundCloud, even TopG, like we didn't have those because we didn't have giant teams to build them from scratch. So I think at a startup, my biggest lesson is just been like startups are crazy, but they're also fun. Like you're building, what do people say, like you're building, to go with the plane analogy, right? You're building a plane or you're building a rocket as you're trying to find it. So I think that's part of the fun and the adventure, right? Like it also gives you an opportunity, if you're working in a startup, to work on so many different things that you might not have worked on before. Like Heather and I were working with like, and even Yara has worked with me, and like we've had to call to ask for advice, or we've put together like different policies. We're like running all our social media from scratch or hands-on in the Discord server, etc. Whereas at a larger company, you might have a big team of people dedicated to that one function. So I know this was a long answer, but I think it's part of the fun of TopGG is that if something isn't going well or if a process doesn't make sense, like we can change it. We can change it really easily and pivot because we're small. But at a larger company, a lot of things are set. There's a lot more kind of red tape, bureaucracy, approval, politics, etc. So it's a bit slower to get things done. But I guess there's some more stability as a result of that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing. I think we're closing, like we're a little bit over time now. So do you want to answer one more question?
Yeah, I'm happy to answer
Yeah,
one more
let's
question.
close off with one more
Yeah.
question. So, if you had to drastically change your career path, what would your dream job be? Is
Oh,
work like
wow.
is product really your dream job?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for me, honestly, like, well, but I think I know the question, so I'll answer it in two parts. So, I will say, like, for me in tech, like, when I was thinking about like professional career path or kind of what we see as like, oh, working office, working with companies, etc. Within tech, product, with the eventual path of like being, CEO or product leader of a company, was my kind of dream job. So I will say, like, Top GJ has checked so many of those boxes for me, and it's been really fun. But I know the question was saying if I had to drastically change it. So I guess it, like, let me say, oh my gosh, if I wasn't working in tech, what would I do? I love cooking. So one idea I was like, oh, it would be just so fun. Like, maybe when I retire one day, I don't know, that's not going to be for a very long time. So, or maybe like open a food truck or a cafe or something. I also like gardening. Maybe I just want to do Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley like IRL and have like a little farm or something. So if I wasn't working in tech or doing anything having to do with the internet, those are probably the things I would do. But my hobbies are pretty aligned there.
Fantastic. I think that's our last question for now. We'll we'll have future AMAs and stuff where you can ask other questions. Thank you so much, Kristen and Ollie, for coming to and talking in our AMA, and thanks everyone for tuning in. Um, yeah.
Great. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Just wanted to say again, thank you for coming and thank you so much for all of the feedback and, sticking around in the community. We have so much exciting stuff planned for next year and we'll be able to do more and more as our team grows. So please keep the feedback coming. That's why we have feedback.top.gg and we have the incredible volunteer staff team. Just, yeah, thank you again and wishing everyone happy holidays and a
Oh my God,
happy new
why is
year.
everyone
Yeah.
joining now?
Oh, wait, what? Is
How?
something wrong with Discord?
Why
I
does
This
Discord
is,
do this?
wait, this is
our
what
Discord
happened. Oh,
our
this is what
Discord
happened.
server
Yeah.
keeps doing
Oh.
this.
This is what happened yet. Oh, whoa. Yeah, this is what happened yesterday or not yesterday. Oh my God.
It's,
Was,
it's a
yeah,
it's a fake encore. The people want more. You
I
got to give them
know.
what they want.
What? Oh my gosh. I know. What's it? This literally happened yesterday. Is it something with our pings?
Yeah,
I
it
think
might be
it's
something with that
Discord.
everyone that it's like now pushing more notifications to people's phones.
Oh,
I
I
think
think
so
if
it's
you
now we
use
have to
normal
do it
pings,
an
it's
hour
different.
earlier. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Oh my gosh. Wow. We'll have to figure that out. Yeah, it sadly happened with the product and design panel. We were okay for the first AMA. We were okay in the engineering panel, but oh yep. Oh, Pog, we're saying we got the ping 5 minutes ago. You missed the sticky bot shout out, Pog. I'm sorry, but I
Can you do
did
some
give
more
sticky
geography
bot a shout out.
questions?
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Big Bun Miss. I appreciate you made me a farmer picture. This is too funny. Oh my God. I'm like screenshotting it so I'm saving this.
That's
Thank
too
you.
funny.
Oh no, wait, yeah, why did this explode right after?
It's okay. We can answer some more
Oh yeah.
questions. What's the capital
Okay.
of Australia?
I feel like I'm gonna get it wrong. I don't want to say.
No, come
Is
on.
it
It's okay. We're a
no?
learning community here. It's a safe space.
Oh my gosh. I want to say Sydney, but I feel like it's wrong. Is it Perth? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's like Canberra?
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
Canberra.
Oh
Correct.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I had no
capitals is
idea.
a weird one because some of them are obvious and some of them are not. Like, do you know the capital of Brazil?
No.
No, no
What?
guesses.
The Br- oh, Sao Paulo?
No, it's
Oh,
Brasilia.
no. What? Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh no, Armful just saying, too bad you just got the ping. That's so weird. Yeah, we pinged in announcements and then I did the stage notification. I mean, no, I'm happy to stick around. Let me see. I can stick
Okay,
around
we
for
can ask
like
another
10
question.
minutes. Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
could bring back one removed feature from Top GG, what would it be?
I I don't know if I can answer this because I've only been here for a couple months. I don't think we removed. I mean, I can say like we do want to fix. Like I know we have a lot of kind of
I,
site
I
bugs,
have an
issues, etc.
answer.
Want to fix that? Okay. Yes.
I have an
Here.
answer, but I think I would like change it drastically before. So we removed certified bots. I think we should bring it back, but like not how it was done. Sorry, Ollie.
It was
Sorry.
really bad. We just didn't know what to do with it because there's so many applications towards the end. But we should definitely bring back socks because if you used to get accepted into certified and you sent in your application via physical mail, you used to get socks back in the mail if you were approved and a certificate. So you should definitely keep doing that if you bring it back.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's it for me. Do we have other questions? I think we did. How does it feel to lead an organization such as Top GG from zero?
Um. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's yeah. I think someone was asking me. I mean, it earlier. Like I talked a little bit about. It is stressful. It's fun. It's stressful. I think working. I'm sure all I can relate to is like working in such a small startup or anyone who's maybe all of you who are working on your small projects, like you experience the whole range of emotions, right? But I mean, it's been really fun and exciting. I think the biggest change for me, most of my background is working at these like kind of bigger, larger companies, and it's been so fun to see like this explosive growth, right? We more than doubled the team from 4 to 11 people this quarter, and I think, right, like it's like I get to work with the whole team to build out the culture of the company. We're building a lot of the processes from scratch, etc. Like we have a huge opportunity space above us. It's really been a lot of fun, but there definitely is like that sense of stress and pressure as well, because I think the biggest challenge truly is just, we compete in a space, or if you think of these larger companies, like we just have way less people, way less resources, but the same amount of time. So we just have to be very smart about it and ruthlessly prioritize and go after, kind of the biggest opportunities. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. It's been a lot of fun, but it's also very tough. But I think that's part of the adventure, right? With the startup, like you really get to build it from scratch.
Ollie, what's the most exotic place you've been?
How do you define exotic?
Um, let's see. According to Google, it's very different, strange, or unusual.
Um, the Maldives, maybe. The Maldives is pretty
Ooh.
exotic. It's to get anywhere you have to go on a seaplane, and that like the seaplane just lands on the water, and every island in the Maldives is made up of basically dead fish that have been there for millions of years, which cause these islands. Um, and it's a beautiful place to go, but it's so low to the water that in about 15 years, every island is going to be underwater.
What? I'm sorry. Okay. Uh, Ayara, what's the most exotic place you've been to? I don't know. I've been to a lot of places, but I don't really know what exotic means. I feel like most places I go to are like normal travel destinations such as Thailand, Korea, Japan, Australia, etc. It's like
I feel
places
like
that you
some of
would.
those places I feel like maybe there's some places within those places, right? That,
Oh yeah, I've been
yeah.
I've been to so many places I don't remember. I have really bad memory. Let's see. Uh, what is?
Now
Can you
you're
guys
getting the questions here.
can you guys
Okay.
ask in Mimu AMA? It's weird. Sometimes I don't really register how big Mimu is, and I think sometimes I don't realize how much of an impact my words have on other people within Mimu. Um, I'm working on merch right now. But yeah.
I want the Mimu merch.
My only issue so far with merch is first of all shipping and secondly product images. I don't have like the the good fancy lighting setup stuff for taking images of products, so that's my main issue right now. Um, okay.
Yeah, I think we can probably wrap, or maybe one last question, then we can wrap.
We're getting like duplicate questions. Pineapple
Okay.
on pizza or non-cheese pizza?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We already said cheese is an essential ingredient and pineapple is delicious. Well, that one's controversial.
No, it's not controversial. It's a fact.
Yeah,
It's good.
it's a fact.
I mean, you could just pick
You're-
off the pineapple if you really hate the pineapple, but
Exactly.
cheese is essential. Like,
This is a pro pineapple.
Is it even a
pizza
pizza if it doesn't
fan.
have cheese?
No, no, no.
don't
I think
think-
that's
It
like
might just be
bread
flat,
with-
flat bread or
Yeah,
something.
like flatbread.
And yes,
Okay,
Plan, we love you very, very much.
Thank you so much for coming to our AMA. Thank you for those people who tuned in like near the end as well.
Yes, we're sorry about the pings. We'll try to fix it next time, but I think Discord will have to fix that for us.
Yeah, I think it's just a good thing. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. It's so nice to have you all.
Yes, and I guess so. I'll say the goodbye thing again because we had so many people come after. But just wanted to say thank you so much for being a part of the Top GG community, doing what you do, and giving us feedback. I know that we have so much to improve on and to do, and a lot of exciting things planned for next year. So please keep the feedback coming in. Yeah, thanks again. Hope that you all have really wonderful rest of the holidays with your loved ones, friends, and family, and Happy New Year. I know we'll see you. I guess now I can say I'll see you all next year, and we'll have AMAs for Q1 next year. All right. Thank you again, Ollie, for joining us for both the AMAs, and then also Iara for being our MC. And I think Nom and Marco have been helping us with questions and recording behind the scenes. So thank you again. And just, yeah, huge shout out to everyone who's part of the Top G community. Top GG would not be what it is today without you. So, yeah, happy holidays and Happy New Year. We'll catch you in 2022.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye. Happy New Year.